This is Andy Cotterill with MMA.ca here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Gavin Tucker, congratulations on an incredible win tonight over Lyndon Whitlock at Extreme Cage Combat.
Thank you, sir.
Going into tonight's fight, I was calling this the fight of the night, potential fight of the night, and you guys certainly lived up to that. For the full first two rounds, the two of you were going back and forth. I didn't really have a clear-cut winner, depending on how you looked at it. Each of you guys had your moments. You were both landing some nice shots. I mean, you've got a really nice cut over your left eyebrow right there. We'll talk about the third round in a minute, but how did those first two rounds seem to you?
That was good right off the bat. I felt he hits hard, and I thought we had good exchanges. I felt like I was getting the better of the striking, and I felt like I did more damage and won the rounds. But it's nice to hear that we lived up to it for sure. Thanks to Lyndon for taking the fight, and I'm really happy right now.
Now, the third round made all the difference. It seems like to me, I spoke with Lyndon briefly a few minutes ago, and it seemed like it was his game plan to wait till partway through the third round and try to impose his will in a takedown and ground fighting, which I think he might think is his strength. He certainly is very good on the ground. He shot underneath one of your swings, took you down, tried to implement a BJJ game on the ground, and you kind of turned it around on him, and that's where you won the fight, sinking in a rear naked choke for the win.
Yeah, I think, not to sound arrogant or whatever, but our jiu-jitsu team at Titans, I feel, is one of the best in this country, and we have really dangerous grapplers every day. Really worked hard on our jiu-jitsu. Took a little trip down to Renzo Gracie's in New York a couple weeks ago, and got some good training in there. Worked hard. So when he did get that bad position, I heard Peter in my ear, and we just stayed comfortable till we had an opportunity to turn it around, and we did. Thankfully.
Lyndon has been a very well-regarded 145er here in Canada, while you, on the other hand, are relatively unknown in Halifax. You're now, what is that, 7-0 record for you?
Yes, sir, yeah.
Right, so, not a lot of people have got a chance to see you, unlike Lyndon, who's been in the Score Fighting Series, other promotions with a lot of exposure. Do you think you're surprised to people who don't really know who you are?
Oh, no, I'm not surprised. I mean, not everyone is all over the web looking for, who's who at 45 or any weight in MMA, but I can definitely understand that. But I think with this win now, it definitely raises a few more eyebrows, especially at 45, and we're looking for bigger fights, that next progressive step, and I think that with this win, that kind of earns me that next progressive step. And like I said before, we work hard to find out who the best 145ers are, and events like this kind of sort that out. So I welcome those challenges, those steps, and hopefully the next one is equally as challenging.
You mentioned just a few minutes ago that this was a high-profile fight for yourself. It certainly was. This, without a doubt, will put you into the top 10, possibly top 5 145ers in Canada. There's some possibility you might go somewhere else for a fight. Unfortunately, not a lot of big events are happening in Ontario. You might have to go farther west, or even here. We have another Extreme Cage Combat in 3 weeks, but I'm guessing from the look of the cut in your eye, you probably won't be on that one.
We'll see. I'm going to make a case for it. We'll see what happens. Okay. Yeah, but the boys are fighting on that card, so there's no real rest. Yeah, I mean, we're back in the gym on Monday morning getting those guys ready, and Mikey Malott and Pat Carroll are coming, and these guys are savages. So we're not stopping, we're not slowing down. We got at the lower weight classes of Titans MMA, we got some serious guys, and people are going to be made real aware of that real soon.
My last question for you, it's basically a repeat question that I posed to you last time we spoke. To me, I'm always, maybe surprised isn't the right word, but for a guy like you who is honest to goodness, you're a sweet guy, you're really nice, you're kind, you're caring, you're a really nice guy. I'm always amazed really at the transformation that occurs with you from the weigh-ins onward. Last night, you're super aggressive in the weigh-ins. If people didn't know you any differently outside of that fight environment, they'd think you were, an animal, aggressive, almost like a Wolverine, getting right in there, Wolverine mutton chops and everything. And tonight as well, I mean, you're so focused, so intense. Where does that come from? Did you use that in any other sports, or is it only within fighting?
I don't know. I mean, I guess that's just how I get really emotionally attached, as I said before, and that's how I prepare. And someone asked me the question there yesterday. They were like, "Don't you worry about the hurt and the pain?" It's like, no, I worry about being exposed to the crowd and that humiliation that comes along with it. So with that in the back of your head and all the work that you put into something that you hold real close to your heart, you really don't want to let this guy come in and take it from you. So I feel like he's coming to take it, and I guess I get a little wound up. It's not an intentional thing. It's not something that I do for show, and I try to be as respectful as possible, and I feel like I am for the most part. I just that's how I fight.
You're not disrespectful at all. You're just not really social or cordial, if that's the right way of putting it.
Cordial, yeah, I guess so, for sure. Like I said to you before, it's a fist fight in a cage, so
This was potentially earlier on. There was talk this might have been a championship fight. It didn't happen for whatever reason. Is that maybe up in the cards for you next at ECC?
I'm not sure. Like I said, that's up to the promoters at ECC and Peter Martel and these guys. But this was originally supposed to be a 5-round fight, and I'm really looking for those later rounds. I really want to get in there and feel that. So hopefully that's around the corner. I'm not really mine. I'll take whatever comes right now.
Nice. Gavin, is there anyone you'd like to thank for this win?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody, first and foremost, at Titans MMA, Pat Carroll and Mikey Malott, there for every step of this fight and weight cut. We don't stop training. Peter Martel, he gets me ready. These are the reasons I'm winning fights. Armin Paperzon from Packers Plus, Keith Cornick, Trevor Godin, massage sports masseuse. He's so good. He was backstage warming me up and getting me all stretched out. Just everybody who emotionally supports me. I mean, these things are so emotionally draining when you try to take big chunks of your life out and dedicate it to that. So my mom and all my friends who help support, and there's just so many people. Just thank you to everybody. I'm sorry if I forget anyone, man.
Well, I'm sure you'll have another win in the future where you can thank the rest of the people you forgot tonight.
I hope so.
Okay, Gavin, well, congratulations. It was a really nice win. Very impressive. I'm looking forward to seeing where you're going with your career and, what heights you can reach. Congratulations.
Thanks, Andy. Always nice talking to you.
All right. This is Andy Cotter with MMA.ca with Gavin Tucker in Halifax, Nova Scotia.